friends, welcome to Beauty Infinite. Sorry for a bit of the messed up background. I'm shooting inside my closet today because I'm really tired, so I didn't have the energy to put on the backgrounds and everything, so I thought that why not the closet, because it's a bit colorful in that way. And that is pretty much. Actually, I've been doing night shift since last week, and then again my shift time changes to morning shift tomorrow next week, so it's a bit too much for my health right now. So you can understand it's a bit difficult, and I'm extremely tired because of that reason. So that is why I'm kind of feeling in this way, and that is why I'm looking like this, probably a bit stressed out, and I hope you guys won't mind that and you guys will forgive me because of that for today. And anyway, without me rambling a lot, I would like to start off today's video. And today's video is about one of my top favorite product videos. This video is about my top favorite primer. Now yes, this is also a requested video. Now when I inform you about primer, let me just inform you that this is not about any product which could be used as a primer like the Nivea aftershave balm or any sort of cream which works as a primer. This video solely deal with product which is bought or purchased as a primer itself. So this video will include product which is purchased within a price of ₹1000, and they're easily available in the Indian market, whether mall, retail, shop, online, it doesn't matter. You can put your hand on them. Now the first thing, when we talk about primer, then primer is a very important part of makeup because it's actually make your makeup last. But again, I don't think it's very healthy for your skin to use primer on your daily basis, so I will definitely suggest you to stay away from it on daily usage. Use a primer only on those days when you think you really want your makeup to last for a longer time. You want your makeup to be more flawless and much more elegant. But if you're going for a simple day-to-day look, stay away from a primer, because generally a primer clogs your pore, which leaves your skin unbreathable, which is not very healthy. So without me rambling, let me just start. So there are two kind of primers available mostly in the Indian market, especially on the base of their consistency. They are the cream based primer and the gel based primer. Now I have divided them in two sections because I have both the type with myself. Now a cream based primer are generally those sort of a primer which will go ahead and not only prime your face, give you a smooth canvas to apply makeup, but at the same time it will also go ahead and moisturize your face really well. This sort of primers are really good for people with dry face or dry skin, because they will go ahead and give you a dewy finish instead of a complete matte finish, while a gel based primer or a silicone based primer will mostly provide a very matte finish to your face, especially good for those people who have the tendency of sweating a lot, like me. Yes, myself. Yes. Start with the cream based primer, and the first primer I'm going to talk about is the Oriflame Beauty Perfecting Face Primer, and this is how the product look. It comes in this white tube, and this product cost within 500 rupees. I do not know the exact size, I do not know the exact price and the content of this product because it's not written on the tube, but I will definitely mention in the bottom description bar, so please do not forget to check that out. Now this particular primer is completely a cream based primer. I will show you the consistency a bit so that you can understand the primer look. It's a complete cream based primer, and once you blend it well, it just goes into your skin and makes it really smooth and soft. Now this primer actually makes your skin look moisturized or dewy, as you can see. If you can see it clearly, I don't know how well you can see because I know the light is pretty dim, but I thought that this particular video won't require much of a light because it's not a tutorial, so I hope you can see it still properly. But the skin is a bit dewy over here, not completely matte. So as you can understand, this particular sort of a primer works pretty well for people with dry skin or dry face, and you want a dewy sort of finish before applying the makeup, so they can actually work as a moisturizer along with priming your face. This particular primer, or this particular one, provides a long-lasting finish of 4 to 5 hours, but yes, not for a very long time. At the end of 4 to 5 hours, your makeup might fade out a bit, especially on the area on your high points of your face. That is your blush, your highlights might fade out a bit, and that is it. But it still lasts pretty long. It will not like that your foundation will start creasing or you will start having sweats a lot. No, it will not. But yes, your makeup will definitely lose a lot of shine at the end of 4 to 5 hours. I will definitely not suggest this primer if you are someone with oily face, or if you are someone with a tendency of sweating a lot like myself, because as this primer has a dewy finish, if you get out of your house using this primer in a hot day, you are going to sweat a lot, and this is not going to help you control your sweat. This definitely helps you to cover up your pores to some extent, not brilliantly, but yes, to some extent. But yes, it definitely forms a smooth surface to apply the rest of the makeup. The primer takes a minute of 2 or 3 to set on the face, so once you apply the primer, you just cannot immediately move on to your makeup. makeup, you need to give your face a rest of 2 to 3 minutes so that the primer could set into, and then you can move with the rest of the makeup regime. One thing which I do not like about the Oriflame primer is the packaging. Now it has an inverted tube packaging, and the worst part of the packaging is that it has an open mouth. So when you keep the tube upside down, the product kind of spreads around the mouth, so which is like a bit you know, because it gets a bit dirty and you waste a lot of product, because you can see the amount of product you have accumulated in the cap itself. So I do not actually like that. I would have loved if there would have been some sort of a nozzle so that the product do not spreads around the cap or around the mouth in that manner. That's pretty much about my first primer, that is the Oriflame Perfecting Face Primer. And if you're someone with dry skin and you're looking for a moisturized based primer, then I think this is a great primer for day-to-day basis, because as a cream, if you are someone who like to use primer on daily basis, then I will definitely suggest a cream primer, because a cream primer do not clog your pores as much as a gel based or silicone based primer. So it's much more better and healthy compared to a gel based or silicone based primer. So the second cream primer I'm going to talk about is the L'Oreal Paris Base Magique Transforming Smoothing Primer, and this comes in this glass jar sort of a packaging. It has a light pink sort of a shade, and it is much thicker in consistency compared to the L'Oreal one. As you can see, if I just invert the tube, if I just invert the jar upside down, the product will not fall off, and it has a very thick consistency. The only thing which I do not like about this primer is that you require quite a bit of more amount to apply or cover up your whole face, especially in terms of me. I've seen this particular primer is, even though it's a cream based, it is not completely moisturizing. It will provide you a matte effect. Definitely require a little more amount than a normal primer, especially if you want to spread it around on your face well, and if you want to put the product well into your skin. The primer has a better lasting capacity compared to the Oriflame one. It lasts for a fairly medium time of 6 to 7 hours, but yes, not more than that. It is not an extremely good primer, but yes, it does last for a fairly long time of 6 to 7 hours. I think it's a decent primer, but comparing the price you buy this, because it cost around 800 rupees. I will provide the exact price in the bottom description bar. I really do not think that it's worth much, because in an 800 rupees you get a much more better primer. If you're looking for a moisturizing and cream based primer, I do not think this is a great option for you, but yes, it is definitely a decent option, because I think depending on the quality, the price is a bit too much. It is like within 1000 rupees, which I think it's too much of a price. But yes, the content of the primers is really good. It have quite a large amount of bottle. As you can see that the jar is quite big, so it will last with you for a fairly long amount of time. Again, the primer is not very travel friendly, because the jar is quite bulky, and you will definitely not like to carry a big jar with you when you are traveling somewhere. So all in all, I think it's a decent primer to try for if you are someone who is looking for a cream based primer. Done with my cream based primer, I will move to my gel based primer. Now the first primer I'm going to talk about in my gel based primer will be my absolute favorite, and that is my Coloressence Color Your Spirit Pre-Makeup Base. Now this is a 20 ml primer. It comes in this transparent tube, and the price is rupees 500. Now the best part of this primer is the ingredients. It consists of all natural ingredients. Yes, it claims that it has like vitamin E with germ oil, which are like almost natural ingredients and do not consist of any sort of chemical. The next best thing which I like about the primer is that it do not have any sort of fragrance. Neither these two products have fragrance. Yes, these two products also do not have any sort of fragrance, but yes, this one do not. But this primer has an amazingly nice buttery finish. Means even though it's not a typically silicone based primer, but the finish is almost like a silicone based primer. Means once you just dab the primer between your fingers and apply it or spread it around on your face, it blends like a dream, and it gives you this buttery soft smoothness on your face. As on your face, you feel like as if your face is like baby butt soft. What I mean means it's extremely soft and velvety to glide onto your face, and you feel extremely amazing when you apply the primer on your face. It's just go ahead and reduce the appearance of the pores. It lasts for a very good time of 7 to 8 hours, and I think it's an extremely good primer. The only flaw I find in this primer is the quantity, because within a price of 500 rupees, amount you get is really less. It is like just 20 ml of product, which is like really less. You do not require a very huge amount for your whole face. A little amount goes for a longer time, but yes, still I feel the quantity is quite less compared to the price and compared to the brand, because Coloressence is an Indian drugstore brand and it is supposed to be a very affordable brand, and considering that the quantity wise the price is a bit too much what I felt. But other than that, if you talk about something which is soft on your face, provide you a even nice matte finish, will also last for a fairly long time of 7 to 8 hours and will give you a buttery soft smoothness on your face, this is a great primer to go for. I think this is one of the best primer which a person with oily or sweaty face can go for, because this actually helps in controlling the sweat in quite a long time. Now the next primer I would like to talk about is one of my latest purchase, and I have been using it for the last 6 to 7 days, but yes, not more than that, and that will be my Sivanna Color Skin Primer, and this is a Korean brand. I really do not know what this primer consists of mostly, but because most of the things which is written at the back of the primer are in Korean and I cannot read Korean, but yes, I have checked the packaging, and at the back of the packaging few of the ingredients are written in English, so which by reading that which I understood that the product definitely do not consist of natural ingredients. It does consist of chemical stuff, but yes, if you are looking for a decent primer and with the most affordable rate, then this is a primer to go for. And it has such a cute packaging. It comes with this baby pink sort of a tube, and once you open the tube you have this amazingly nice nozzle which kind of prevents the product to spreading into, and you can just get the ample amount of product you actually require to spread it around your face. Now the product has slight glittery particles on it, that is, it is not extremely flat gel or transparent. It has like slight glittery sparks on it, so it kind of give you a glowy or luminous finish. This is a perfect sort of a product in case you are someone with dry face and you want a base which will not only give you a smooth surface but a glowy finish at the end, then this is a perfect product to go for. But I will definitely suggest that if you are someone who have a oily face and you want to go around at the daytime, then do not use this product, because of the sparks in it your face might look excessively shiny, which is again not that great if you're going out at the daytime and if you have already an oily face. About the primer is that this is probably the most affordable primer I've ever seen in the Indian market, because the product price is around 399 rupees, and I don't think I have came across any primer till date with that much of cheaper rate. So this is probably one of the most affordable primer you can find in the Indian market. Nice one. I love the packaging. It's really cute and chic and I love it. It's really nice. The next primer I want to talk about is another of my absolute favorite, and that is the Colorbar Perfect Match Primer, and this is how the product look. I absolutely digged for the packaging. It has this inverted bottle packaging with a mirror finish case. You can actually see your face on the mirror, which I love the most, because who doesn't like to watch their face in the mirror over and over. During the content, I think the price is quite well, and the package is also very, very chic and nice. I absolutely love how the packaging looks. I think Colorbar has went and played their packaging game really well in terms of making this primer. The primer again has a very nice gel based consistency. It does provide a bit of glow but not completely. It does a decent job in covering up your pores, and it also lasts for a very good time of say 8 to 9 hours. Comes with a nozzle, so you do not spread the primer a lot. You just take the amount you require the most, and you actually require a very little amount to apply on the face, and I think it's a pretty nice primer, and I think it's a great primer. If you're someone who is looking for a primer within 1000 rupees which will last for quite a very long time, will give you a nice smooth finish, cover up your pores and last for a long time, and is also pretty nice looking and travel friendly, then I think this is the primer to go for. I think it's absolutely gorgeous how the primer look, and it also does a very good job in terms of working as a primer. I think I really like it. Dark Cosmatic primer, and this is how the product look. Again, I digged for the packaging. It looks like quite similar to a foundation bottle. It comes in this bottle sort of a packaging, and once you open the cap, it has a nozzle through which you can take the product out. Now, even though on the top of the packaging it is mentioned that the product has a silicone based formula, but let me tell you, the finish of the product is not completely silicone based, because when you use a silicone based primer, that it has like a buttery soft smoothness and it will completely make your face matte, but this one kinds of make your face a bit oily. Means once you apply the primer on your face, it will feel oily but not like matte or completely buttery soft like the Coloressence primer. So even though it says that it is silicone based, I don't know how much well it is in that terms, because it actually gives you a oily sort of a finish. I will definitely not suggest this primer to someone with oily face. That's why I will suggest someone with a bit of dry face, because since the primer provides a bit of oily finish, the primer again does take some time to set on your face, that is at least 1 or or 2 minutes. It will just take some time to set on your face, but after it sets on your face, it is pretty much there. It will not move anywhere. You require a very less amount for your whole face. I think just one pump is enough to cover your whole face. You do not require a very large amount. The primer does a decent job in covering up your pores, but yes, it definitely do not covers up any of your fine lines or wrinkles. No, it doesn't, which this one to some extent, this Colorbar one to some extent does. Yes, it does to some extent cover up your fine lines, and it does smoothens out your face more, but this one do not in that extent. It is just a very normal natural primer which will just provide you a smooth canvas and help you to put the rest of the makeup. There is nothing special or extra in it. The lasting power of this primer is around 5 to 6 hours, not more than that. Final primer I'm going to talk about is my e.l.f. Illuminating Primer, and this is how the product look. Now this particular product again comes in a foundation like bottle, and once you open up the cap, you have the nozzle through which the products comes out. Now this is a very different sort of primer. It actually cannot be used in the daytime. This is a sort of a heavy kind of a primer. It has like small golden reflexes in them, which that is why you can actually use this primer at the night time when you are actually going towards a very gorgeous look and you really want your face to stand out, have that sort of a glow and have that of a spark into. This is that sort of a primer. Very large amount, your face will literally look like a disco ball. I will show you a consistency of your primer, then you can understand. The primer has a very thick sort of consistency and you require a very less amount. Once you spread the primer, it is extremely smooth. It's very smooth. It will spread evenly on all over your face and it will provide a nice golden reflexes. I do not know if you can see it or not, but it has like nice golden reflexes. I think mostly I use this particular primer as a highlighter because I like the way it highlights my face. This is a primer which you cannot use for daily purpose, but yes, this is a sort of a primer which you can definitely use in special occasions. Pretty much my video about my top favorite primer, and I'm here again baking like a cake because it's extremely hot today and I haven't switched off my fan as usual, so I won't be doing I won't be rambling a lot and I will end my video here. I hope you guys really liked my video and the video was helpful. If you like my video, do not forget to give it a big thumbs up and do not forget to comment, like and subscribe, and that will be pretty much. You guys stay beautiful always and have a great day ahead, and there is a giveaway going on, so please do not forget to take part in it. Bye.